On Cinco de Mayo 1977, one of the most horrifying acts of police brutality took place in Houston, Texas. Jose Campos Torres was born to a poor Mexican family who lived in Houston. He only received an 8th grade education due to struggling with poverty. Jose would turn to alcohol in his teens, and he was known to be a very aggressive drunk. Jose enlisted in the army but was discharged after 2 years, and this was likely due to the issues he had with drinking. After getting out of the army, Jose was still having a lot of difficulty finding jobs because he didn't have a GED or a driver's license. By 1977, when Jose was 23, he was feeling pretty lost in life. On May 5th for Cinco de Mayo, Jose went out to a bar in a Hispanic neighborhood in Houston. He had been drinking quite a bit, started getting a bit wild, the police were called, and he was arrested for disorderly conduct. The 6 officers who were involved in this arrest didn't just take Jose to the jail to spend the night in the drunk tank. They instead took him to this place called The Hole. The Hole was an area behind a warehouse that overlooked the Buffalo Bayou in Houston. And this is where 5 of the 6 officers would take turns beating Jose. Afterwards, these cops did take Jose to the city jail, but because he was so severely injured, the jail refused to process him. A supervisor ordered the cops to take Jose to the hospital, but they didn't. Instead, they took him back to the hole and pushed him in the Buffalo Bayou waters, allegedly thinking that he would swim. But Jose was so injured from the beatings he had received earlier, he couldn't swim. So he ends up drowning, and his body was found 3 days later. A rookie cop named Carlos Elliott, who was present but did not participate in the beatings, would be the one to tell on the others. In June of 1977, a local Texas court tried 2 of the officers involved. Terry W. Denson and Stephen Orlando were tried on state murder charges. They were convicted of negligent homicide, but only received 1 year of probation and a $1 fine. Officer J.J. Janish was tried for a misdemeanor assault. Officers Glenn Brinkmeyer and Lewis Kinney were given immunity for their testimony against the others. The 6th officer, the rookie named Carlos Elliott, was not involved in the beating or drowning and basically just let go of the trial. The U.S. Department of Justice would also do its own investigation, and in this trial, all 6 officers were found guilty of violating Jose's civil rights, and they were given a 10-year suspended sentence. Denson and Orlando would also spend 9 months in prison for the assault. A year after the anniversary of Jose's death, many in the Hispanic community in Houston came together to protest the insanely light sentences that these officers were given. These protests led to riots where an entire shopping center was set on fire. People were injured and dozens were arrested, but no further action was taken against the officers.